Well, how's everybody doing today? We have a very special guest. You know him. I know him. It's the master of the collecting and connecting positivity group. It's Chris Treat, aka Treaticus. The chat is raging. They just want the Treaticus. They can't get enough of him. So I won't make you wait too much longer. It's our pack drop ho. Treaticus. We'll introduce him with his pack drop ho single. Let's bring him in after the pack drop ho single. Here we go.
Pack drop day. I ain't sitting in the corner. Gonna pull some fire. If you're with me, say you wanna. Rare parallel. I don't really know, but I don't give a damn because I'm a pack drop ho.
All right, there he is. There's the pack drop ho.
Yeah.
So, whoops. There you go. I hope you enjoyed him. He's gone.
So true, man. So true. I mean, look, I had enough money to buy 5. I bought 15.
So, so does that make you a hoe, or does that make you, I don't know, something else? I'm not sure.
I feel like a hoe. I do have that feeling afterward, a little bit of shame and guilt, like, maybe I went too far.
You're like a dog. It's kind of like cowering in the corner once the owner comes home.
Maybe I should rethink some of these life decisions. I don't know. That may be that.
All right. You got to pay extra for his connection to start working again, guys. Well, we will wait until Treaticus gets his connection figured out. I don't have a pack drop ho freestyle for you. There he is. There he is.
Sorry, unstable internet connection.
All right. Well, hopefully that gets a little more stable. I know you said you had some potential Wi-Fi issues, but are you on the cell connection now or the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I'm on the cell.
Because you could just switch to the Wi-Fi, and then if it ever drops, you could switch to the cell.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we're doing live tech support. We do that sometimes on the show.
I've got some. I'm on the Wi-Fi now.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. So I guess the first most important question is, what goes into making a song like Pack Drop Ho? Every artist has motivation, something that they draw from. Is it like a past relationship? How does that get created?
Usually it's it just hits me when I'm in the CNC chat. There's a lot of hoes in there, a lot of pack drop hoes in there. And so whether it's some comment somebody makes or some strange conversation, like the Top Shot Blues came from just the just the story that we kind of all have, right? We just are kind of sad that things didn't work out like this, but we can't let it go, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It is hard to let that go. But but that was going to be one of my next questions for you, which is
Yeah,
you've had quite the evolution because as much as you are publicly now this jovial Treaticus who's opening the packs and freestyling over his own
yeah,
beats and such, but you've been on the platform for a long time. So if someone were to see your videos, they would probably think, "Oh, this guy's probably been only in the platform for a few months and he's just loving those team discords and such." But no, you've been on
right.
the platform since January 21. So you've seen the full
Yeah,
effect of everything. So what happened? What was the evolution? What is the character arc of the hero or villain, depending on how you want to look
yeah.
at him? Well, there goes that connection again. We'll hold that thought. We'll look at the comments until Treaticus gets his internet back. Does Treaticus make it rain on his fellow pack drop host in the chat? I need a Top Shot Punk Rage cover.
All right. Can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see you now. So you get
I'm trying to
better
get a
connection
better.
now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a better connection. Here we go. There we go.
All right.
Better connection. All right. No, man. Yeah, I was in January of 21 and have been on the ride with everybody. I mean, I remember when you first started making your videos, and I was digging those, just trying to get a little insight. Uh, I guess at some point it just turned to I guess let me back up. So I think the turning point for me was series 3. I was chasing some challenges, and we a lot of speculating, and there was some of those rookies that were kind of popping off because they
Oh
were
yeah.
hitting as an assist or something.
Josh
And I
Giddey. I
bought
bought one of those.
Okay, I bought one for $350, thinking, okay, I'm gonna make some money off this, and it went south real quick, and it just wasn't fun.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
I was like, man, this isn't fun, playing this game. So I get somewhere, probably last spring around this time, I just started selling stuff I didn't want
Yeah.
and buying stuff I really wanted to keep and enjoy. I knew that so I live close to Memphis, and so I knew the Grizzlies, and I'm a Grizzly fan, not as much as I'm a Celtics fan, but I knew there was going to be some sort of utility in holding the Grizzly moments. So I kept all of those, and obviously my Celtic moments, and basically going into last summer, it was all Celtics and Grizzlies. And I just was having fun because I wasn't chasing anything. I was just trying to sell stuff to buy what I wanted to keep and enjoy. And
So it
so
was one flip gone wrong. That changed you.
yeah, and it was just, man, it was just always having to try to stay engaged and figure out what's going on. And it was just, it got kind of like work.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised though that you were able to make that turn. We got a sticker from Chewy. Let's see what it was. I can't see it on my thing here. It says
Yeah,
vibes. There you go. He gave you a
there we
vibe
go.
sticker.
The good vibes. Yeah.
Um,
Now, but listen, at the same time, though,
yeah.
I was in the lounge. I was really enjoying the community,
Mm, mm. What was the
for
lounge
sure.
like? What did they unveil you like this?
Exactly like that.
Mm.
Exactly. I think that's footage of me.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
Eddie Dunks on the right. But I was wondering, yeah, I mean, because there's a lot to ask here. Because all right, so you were in the lounge, you were enjoying that. Uh,
yeah.
you stopped chasing after you bought like a Josh Giddey that went south on you. But I will say though, when you joined, I guess you like everyone else who was joined when they did, was
Yeah.
able to have some nice rips and flips, shall we say?
Oh, yeah.
You were ripping and flipping.
Sure. Sure. I mean, I, I flipped into some stuff I really liked. Obviously staying in the Master Challenge cost me a lot of money. That if I would have
Oh yeah,
sold at the peak, and seeing stars, some of those other stuff, yeah, I definitely got, but I didn't take any money out,
right.
so everything that I was flipping, I was buying other stuff. I mean, I paid 2 grand for that, for a Jaw Morant 2 Badger,
Oh
thinking,
yeah.
oh my gosh, this is gonna go to
Only gonna go up.
yeah, gonna go to the grandkids someday. Um,
I know.
and
Can't
I
look too
guess
closely at those values nowadays, or
yeah, yeah, yeah. But at the same time, it wasn't real money. Yeah,
yeah, that's true because you'd flipped.
exactly. But I did after that start putting money in and buying stuff. So, um, but it became more about collecting stuff I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and
Um,
you were able to not only collect but also connect literally several times
yes.
in Memphis. You were like sitting on the floor, right?
Yep. Yep. I got floor seats one time, and then they've got these plaza seats they get every now and then. That it's kind of a last minute deal, and since I live so close, I can change plans and get there.
You were
But I've
sitting
been.
so close you could smell the gunpowder on the bench.
I, you there? I lost it.
You lost me on a John Morant gun joke. All right. Well, there goes the internet again. I blame Roham. Let's give Roham his drop. Roham is messing up my stream, isn't he? Roham. All right. So as I was saying,
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to make a joke after I already made the joke. But the joke was,
No.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you were able to enjoy going to games. You took full advantage of that. I know that like right now it remains the best deal on Top Shot. Buy yourself a team set for like $30 and go to
Right.
games, do all
Right.
types of crazy things. So that's like a no brainer.
No brainer. Right.
But let me see if there's a couple questions in here already.
Yeah.
So Collectin and Connectin is some Nine Lives Lounge Illuminati thing for cool cats? No, Tandy NFTs. Collecting and connecting is quite different from Nine Lives Lounge. How would you act? Maybe that's a good question. So, for people who don't know about collecting and connecting, and one person even
Yeah.
asked about the merch. He wants one of those fleeces.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
How does he get a fleece?
We've got a merch store. You can find it in our just follow us on Twitter. And the merch store is connected there. I think it's connected in my link tree. I don't know. I can't remember.
Is it pouring
Um,
by you or someone relieving
yeah, it's
themselves?
it's raining. It's raining. um, yeah, I'm sitting on the porch watching the tournament and in the rain. It's nice.
That sounds very
Um,
nice.
yeah, so it's collecting and connecting is different in that there's really no. It's not really gated. You know, it's just folks that wanted to jump in there with us and collect a certain way, I guess. Really try to have fun with it. It's not that everybody's positive in there. There's plenty of critique, but it's just an attempt to be respectful and help build. Constructive kind of critique and not kind of conjecture on what we think's going on behind the scenes and all that stuff.
Yeah, leave that for me.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You do that well, man. You did a good job of that. So
I'm curious though because I think I'm about to lose you again. Oh brother, showering and empowering. Treat isn't allowed to talk Top Shot in the house. Oh, there you go. That's why he's on the porch. That's why this Wi-Fi connection is so bad, isn't it?
all right, back now.
All right, he's coming back.
Yeah.
There you go.
So no, man, I got no problem with any of that stuff. I mean, we got plenty of great folks that are doing that in the community. And hell, you're invited. The problem we have now is you only have 75 in a Twitter chat. So we opened the Discord, and it's just kind of, now it's like back and forth. And we're trying to, stay active in both. It's just a little difficult.
But I
Um,
listened to a couple episodes of your podcast, and congratulations for getting that started, and congratulations for getting that going. I think sometimes like just doing it in the first place is like the hardest part. So
yeah.
good on you.
Well, thank you, man. It's fun. I mean, I like it's. I found since we started doing this, the people I'm meeting are just really fascinating. And just hearing their stories. I mean, you're no exception to that, man. Your story's pretty wild. Uh, everybody's got a great story to tell, and so maybe if we knew each other better and we knew each other's stories, it just we'll stick around, in
Yeah,
the long
I
haul.
think it's a nice side effect of what this thing is. It's
Yeah,
like two different things running along in parallel, so to speak. But something that I was actually curious, and you mentioned it before, is you said that your group you're trying to build. Like, what are some examples of things that you're building, or
yeah.
things that people in your group are building? I'm just curious about that.
Well, so basically, um, we've got a big launch next week. Well, hopefully, we'll have our site up next week. You'll hear more about that Monday. But basically, what we want to be able to do is just be a place that folks that want to build in the community, and not just Top Shot, but any kind of Web3 NFT sports collectible that they're wanting to build content around or encourage people to be part of. We kind of want to Collecting and Connecting to be kind of an umbrella for them, so that if you're new to this space, when it's strange to you, instead of trying to make your way through Twitter and all the, it is a strange world we live in, right? That we've kind of grown through, from the beginning.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
to outsiders, it's really strange. So hopefully, we got this one place where people can come, and like for you, I'd love to have you on there as one of the, hey, Tandy, this is one of the guys that does a great job communicating what we're doing, and so um, as folks want to build their little niche or do little their thing, we'd love for them to, we'd love to help amplify that and
sure.
have a place they can share that, and you and other people in the community, and even as we grow, they can come to Collecting and Connecting and find their tribe. You know,
Yeah, for
uh,
sure.
yeah. So
That's
it's
an
not as
it's
much the data, and even though if we're not against that, if people want to be part of that, do that in our space, it's fine. But it's more helping folks find where they belong and where they can really enjoy each other and enjoy what they're doing. That kind
sure.
of thing.
And I think it's good too to have different segments too. Like
Yeah,
every segment in terms of like the community doesn't have to be the exact same thing. It can be different. Um,
yeah, yeah,
and speaking of spreading the gospel of Top Shot, I know that you were at card shows, and I haven't
yeah,
actually spoken to anybody who's done that yet. How many card shows have you done so
yeah.
far?
So I did one. I've got another one this weekend. It's cool, man. They definitely get it because it's serialized. They know what it's like to be part of a niche group that not everybody else understands.
Yeah,
These folks they're going around. There's all these tables in this room and just stuff everywhere, lots of different cards and different collectibles, and they're going around, and you can tell they've seen each other before, right? They probably get together a couple times a year at these things, and they're digging through somebody's stack of stuff looking for this one thing, and so they definitely get the collectible side of it. There's a few old timers that were like, yeah, this is the way things are going. I don't like it.
mm,
But for the most part, everybody was real welcoming and like, yeah, man, I'd love to try this out. And had a few folks. It was interesting. Had a few folks that had were kind of had collected Top Shot in the past, that knew about it and were some got out when things made some money and got out and aren't going to come back. But they weren't negative about it. They were just like, yeah, that was exciting, but I don't want to do that anymore. Um,
sure.
but I had, way more positive response than negative. Not that they're going to jump in and actually be collectors. They're pretty passionate about the physical card world, but they didn't see it as competition or somehow a negative, what we're doing.
Yeah, I felt that message as well when I talked to Eric, who's like the big trading card guy on Twitter.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the other thing I wanted to ask you was, so we talked about how when you were originally on the platform, how did you originally hear about the platform? How did you originally get your feet
Yeah.
wet? I'm curious about that
Man, I
story.
heard about it oh, what's the show on the Ringer? The Mismatch.
Oh, I don't even know it.
Vernon and Chris Vernon, who's out of Memphis, and what's the other guy's name? Kevin something. Anyway, it's a Ringer podcast, NBA podcast,
Hmm.
and they mentioned it. Sometime January 21. Something about a John Morant getting sold for a lot of money, and so I checked it out. I think January 20th. So right after that, and I was immediately hooked.
Yeah. Did you also collect cards as a kid? Hold on. I might be talking to a static image now. Well, let's play some more videos, I suppose. We'll wait for him to come back. Give him a little Kawhi. There he is.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's all right.
I don't know what's wrong. I got good connectivity. It's just effing up. But no, I'm a huge NBA fan. And so it helped me. It connected me even more to the game. And a lot of the young players I didn't really know, and players on other teams that I don't really follow. Boss of collecting it, just amen. That's awesome. um, so all of a sudden, I'm watching games, and I'm thinking, oh, I hope that's a moment, and
Right.
then and I'm following players I didn't really follow before, and I don't have a whole lot of friends locally that are big NBA fans,
Right.
so it really allowed me to find these pockets of folks I could talk NBA with, and
Were you ever part of internet communities in the past, or did you ever collect things in the past? That's a two-part question.
oh yeah, I collected as a kid uh, basketball cards, but no, and not a real not big internet community guy. I'm a parks director in my real job, so my job is to get people connected.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very involved in the community, and very, a big part of my job is bringing people together to accomplish shared goals that are good for everybody. So
And do you
it's
utilize any of the same tactics that you utilize on Twitter in your day job? Do you make like freestyle videos to try to get them to come to
I
the
do.
office?
I try to.
Do you? Well, there he goes again. All right, so let's choose a different video. How about let's sim?
Let's sim.
Let's sim.
Let's sim.
Let's sim. Let's sim. Let's sim.
We're
All right,
back.
there he's back.
We're back. Yeah, man. Yeah, listen. You got to do whatever. Like when I'm trying to get a tax, encourage people to vote for a tax. You got to have some energy.
Right. So you have used those kind of tactics then to get people to approve
Oh
a
yeah,
new
yeah,
idea.
yeah. You want to build a playground in your neighborhood? Let's go. Let's advocate.
So like you show up on the public service TV going like
I
build a
show.
playground, y'all.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
build that playground.
Yeah, I don't do the rapping, but I definitely do the, funny. I did a video to recruit people for our basketball league, and I
All right.
it's a rec league, and I was like, hey, have you seen the NIL deals that these kids are getting?
Right.
I'm
Well,
not
that's
saying
right.
your kid's going to get an NIL deal if they play in our league, but I can promise you this. They won't get one if they don't. So
There you
come on,
go.
just stuff like that. Just maybe they'll stop and watch it and sign their kid up,
I like that. And
And my
you had
team
a
went undefeated. My team went undefeated in the
oh
region.
yeah,
So,
just
first
now is
grade.
that's the most recent season?
Yeah, yep. We just finished up 2 weeks ago, undefeated.
Wow. Well, congratulations. How much of
Yeah, man.
your I know you have a history in playing basketball and your dad was a
Yeah,
coach.
yeah.
Um, how
I
much
had to
of
do
that
research.
like what kind of lessons do you pass on to these kids as a coach? What kind of coach is Treaticus?
Yeah, well, first grade is what I coach usually, and so nobody can dribble, pass, or shoot. So it's
Perfect.
basically have fun. Here's where the lines are. This is the out of bounds line. Uh, this is the free throw line. And if by the end of the season,
All right, there he goes, guys. What do we want for a video? He's gone now. Let's give him a Nine Lives Lounge riot. I don't remember even what some of these are. All right, I hear the
there
liquid
we go.
again.
There we go. Yep. If by
All
the
right.
end of the season it looks like basketball at all, then we've accomplished something.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's cool then. I mean, you got a bunch of teams that don't know how to play, but you played well. Um,
Yes, I had the best player in the league, so that helped. He
yeah, that'll
could
do it.
dribble. He could dribble. So
So he's the one player in the league that could dribble.
that's exactly right. He actually
Perfect.
he got a steal, dribbled all the way down the court, got fouled and won, made the free throw. It looked like basketball. So
Final score 2-0.
yeah, yeah,
Like
pretty
like
yeah, yes,
like a soccer
exactly.
game. So actually, so Treaticus, I actually have a question because I saw the other day while I was watching what you were up to lately.
Yeah,
Jeb with the hard hitting questions here. Um, the other day you were on the OTM stream, and
yeah,
I had actually made a video about this in the past, where Zakarian was getting married, and I said something about how happy life, happy wife was a rug. Oh, there he goes again. All right. Well, which video? All right. Sorry. So Jeb says I should read the comments when it freezes. So let's read the comments before we ask him about happy wife, happy life. Here we go. Let's see. Jolly Jokers, football. All right. I think he's coming back.
I'm back. Listen. I'm gonna get as close in here as I can in the house.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like sit on top of the Wi-Fi router, I think.
Yeah, I am. I'm on it.
All right. So here was my question for you.
Yeah,
And this is a video I made in the past, and then I saw it come up again. Happy wife, happy life. What I said is that it's kind of a rug because a lot of times, in my opinion, from people that I know,
yeah,
they focus on the happy wife, happy life. They end up rugging themselves and they
huh,
become like less interesting versions of who they once were because they're so focused on the wife's happiness that they ignore their own. So my take on that is
huh.
happy spouse, happy house. Can I get an amen?
Happy spouse. So what's the? Help me understand the difference again.
Because we got to be
Happy.
happy too. We should be happy too. The men need to
Oh,
get some happiness too.
oh. Well, here's the okay. Here's the deal. There's
All right,
one.
let's hear it.
There's one thing that makes a man happy.
Okay.
So if you're gonna have any shot at that,
Yeah. All right.
you, you know what to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So you just wake up every day and you figure your odds, right? You figure your odds,
All right. Right.
and then you want to do whatever it takes to get those odds higher in your favor.
Hmm. So, but how much of that is sort of ignoring the things that you normally might enjoy? How do you find time to also do
Yeah.
those things, but also do the things you enjoy?
Um, I guess at some point. No, I get what you're saying. There is a sense, and you both still have individual lives, and that's
Right.
important. There's no
Right.
doubt about that. But I find that if you're honest and you can have conversations about it, that does make your spouse happy, right? It doesn't have to be a conflict if you communicate well. It's the big issue. I'm getting deep here, I guess, maybe a little bit. The big issue is resentment, right? You just don't want any resentment built. And Dude, in those kind of relationships, it's easy, right? Little resentments here and there. And so really trying to make sure you're communicating and sharing your feelings and your desires. That's the key. Because you're right. If you've got unmet needs and you can't share those, then you're going to build resentment and you're not going to, your spouse isn't going to be happy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They can pick up on that.
Exactly.
So yeah, at the end of the day, it is about communicating those expectations and those desires, and but also understanding that your spouse can't be everything for you, right? You got to be able to love yourself. You got to be able to take care of yourself, even when they can't. Um, and that's just not an easy line to walk, man. Uh, it takes a lifetime to learn that dance. And I, hell, I'm almost 30 years and we've had plenty of ups and downs. Uh, but it's weird. It's actually through the challenges and trials that we actually got to know each other better. My wife and I got married. We were really young, had no idea what we were doing. And but I'm telling you, man, the challenges and the struggles is where we found true intimacy. And a lot of
Interesting.
times you just don't see it that way. You feel like, oh, things are bad, and you see all these other people with Facebook life and that bullshit.
Oh
That's none
yeah.
of that's real, and you think, oh, why don't we have that? And they're so happy and whatever. When you really find out who you are and who you are as a family in the difficult times, and you got to hang in there through those. So there you go. Was that? How
That
about
was
that?
good. That was a nice
Okay.
tangential. We like tangentials on this stream.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like moving from that to being like, so Celtics.
Celtics.
What
Celtics.
do we think about the Celtics? First of all, how did you
Man,
become a Celtics fan living in you're in
yeah.
Arkansas, right?
Well, my dad was a coach, man. He was a really well-known coach here in Arkansas, pretty famous dude in this area. He coached the McDonald's All-American in, let's see, 83, and it was in Atlanta, and I got to meet Jim Boeheim.
He coached the
Uh,
All-American team?
yeah, he
Oh
coached the
wow.
All-American team in 83, and I met, you remember Joe B. Hall? He coached Kentucky way back in the day. And, John Wooden. I got to meet John Wooden. I was 11 years old. So anyway, growing up, I grew up in the gym, man. Our whole life was basketball, and so Bill Russell, Havlicek, Cousy, those guys. I mean, even Jerry West. I mean, even though they weren't Celtics, my dad, man, he taught me about all those guys and how great they were and how to play the game and how to be fundamental. Uh, and uh, how to be disciplined. It was a big deal, man. It was just kind of just part of our life. My brother was really good. I'm the youngest, and my sister played college ball. My brother had scholarship offers, but he went on the Air Force scholarship. Anyway, so it was just basketball is our life, and loved the Celtics, man, and loved obviously loved Bird, Parrish, and McHale.
Of course.
Those the glory years. I wasn't. I mean, I was okay with the big. Like I don't know the big three that came after the '07 championship. It's okay.
It
But
wasn't as authentic as those early championships.
exactly, and it won't be as authentic as the one we're going to win this year
Hell
because
yeah.
these guys are our guys, and we've hung
Yeah.
in there. Like Marcus Smart. He's our guy.
Yep.
We're gonna be faithful. We're gonna keep working. We're gonna keep fighting, and we're not gonna turn our back on you. We're gonna do this thing together, and it's gonna be glorious. And
Yeah,
we're
we
we're
got that
getting
good
there.
homegrown. We got the
Yes,
Celtics right now are that good homegrown.
yes. And these guys had maybe similar to Top Shot, could be right. Maybe a little too much success early,
Mm.
so the expectations kind of spoiled some things, and people start expecting these young guys to be where they're not really ready to be because they get to the finals so early and Eastern Conference finals so early. But now they've taken their lumps. They're finding their way. and we're gonna be champions. You watch.
I love it. I mean, they're struggling a little bit. They've dropped some pretty ugly
Mhm.
looking games lately, but hopefully that they're just getting it out of their system. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think obviously with Time Lord not in there, they're a different team, and it does seem like sometimes they just get out of rhythm, and almost like they forget how to play together. It is strange. It
Yeah,
feels like a
they rely on
mental
the
thing.
three, maybe a little too
Yeah,
much,
yeah, yeah,
but it seems like all the teams are doing that. Um, yeah.
yeah,
So people want to play some music videos. If you want to, I do plan on doing a hot and cold flash, not a flash challenge, but a flash hot
yeah.
and cold quick fire Q&A
Quick
with Treaticus,
fire.
but that's going to be on the playback channel. So when we jump over, I'll let you know. And for the people that are watching this on replay, I'll just upload that as 2 separate videos. But what other questions do we have now in the YouTube chat? I'll take a look at my notes. But if you guys have any questions right now for Treaticus in the YouTube chat, and
Yeah,
then we'll jump over to playback because I got some quick fire, hot and cold, and I'm going to need you guys to vote on Treaticus's answers if it's a hot
bring it,
answer or a cold answer.
bring
So
it.
I'm looking up here if I got anything else. Well, I got a question for you. Where do I direct my complaints to the fact that your song about loading that Dapper and tapping the app was stuck in my head for like 5 straight days every time? Every every time I took a shower, who can I complain to? Who can I write a letter?
Well, that's Blockchain Steve's melody. So
Oh, he wrote that
it,
for you.
it's his melody. No, I just took that melody for that sound clip from their video that they released. So
That's pretty funny.
that's his. That's his. That was our first collaboration of many, I hope.
That's
Um,
great.
I love
All
it.
right, here we go. Poker Bros got a good question here. Actually, are you worried that soon? This is on the greater environment of playback. Are you worried that
Yeah.
soon there's gonna be more streams than viewers?
Okay.
I don't
What
know if you've been paying
happened?
attention to that.
Yeah. Everybody's got a playback. It's
Yeah, right.
well, you get making money. We
Exactly. That's what
Yeah,
they're doing. That's how they're doing
yeah,
it.
yeah. They're doing it because they pay you.
Exactly.
Uh, so
Uh,
try. I don't know, man. Listen, the playback thing has got some potential, right? I mean,
yeah, I agree.
it's really cool.
I
Uh,
agree.
I could see it. I mean, it really is fun watching an NBA game with your buddies.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
I'm hopeful that I can catch some like early playoff games because I think that's gonna
yeah,
be unlike anything else. Like, yeah, all right, you watch like the Nuggets versus the Pistons with a bunch of people. Okay, that's okay.
right,
But
right.
imagine when we're watching, Tatum go around
Hmm.
from the foul line behind Kyrie's
Yep,
back and lays it up to finish the game. I mean, that's gonna be just wild. I'm
it's
looking
gonna be
forward to
great.
that.
It's gonna be
Um,
great. I'm
let me
with you.
see.
I'm with you. Yeah, because right now, you're watching the game, but you're talking all kinds of stuff. Talking about like we had one. We were talking. I found out three ball is really good at making homemade ranch, and then we had this whole
Like
conversation
sauce we're
about
talking about, ranch
yeah, yeah,
sauce.
yeah, the ranch dressing,
Do we know what
and
goes into what are the ingredients?
I can't remember now, but it's supposed to be amazing. And then we got into different pizza restaurant, which because you're watching, it's like you're saying, you're watching a game, a regular season game you don't really care that much about.
Right.
It'll be different in playoffs, especially that dang um, Kings playback,
Oh,
which is
hell yeah.
rowdy as hell. Is there anybody rowdier than Chewy and the gang
I
with the
don't think so.
Kings?
I don't
Oh
think
my
so.
gosh,
I know
they
that's a great stream, I've got to say.
they get fired up for sure.
Yeah. Boston base is acting if you enjoy lettuce. I don't know what he's talking about here.
The Devil's lettuce. You know, I I do, but I have to be careful because I have had some bad experiences. If
With
that's
lettuce.
with lettuce.
All right. Yeah, you got to go easy on that lettuce. They make lettuce is a little different than it used to be. Uh
It really is. It
yeah,
really is.
right.
What
Um
what's
What's on your wall? What's the shit on your wall? Those look like photos to me.
Yeah, that's my family, jackass. What's
Just
this
imagine.
These guys, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what makes this community the best.
I'm just imagining him walking into your home.
What's
saying,
that shit right there?
Hey, what's that shit on your wall? Oh, that's my mother.
That's this one here is my 3 older children holding the youngest at the hospital. I've got to figure out a different one because this is definitely working better than being outside. But from now on, I'll cover up the shit on the wall. So,
I'm gonna give him a pass because Budavane is from
that's
where's he
funny.
from again? He's from Holland, I think.
Oh,
So,
I think it's hysterical. It's all good, man. That's pretty damn funny.
oh, geez, that's
It doesn't
good.
hurt my feelings at all.
Let's see. I got that was a good one. All right, let's see what else we got. That's a good question. Your go-to. I was gonna say your go-to karaoke, but if we duetted a cover, what would it be?
Oh, my go-to karaoke is California Love.
Okay. You're staying on the hip hop line of thought. All right, I think he froze. What should we get? What video should we get in while he's frozen? Let's get. Tandy NFTs wanted technical difficulties. Where's that? There we go.
All right, we had a better stretch there, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a good stretch.
No, go-to would be California Love.
Okay,
sure.
There you go. Okay, going with the 2-pack.
And then maybe what's that other song? Got Me a Chrysler, Big as a Well, About to Set Sail. Love Shack.
Okay, Love Shack. All right, 2 very different areas of music. That's good. It's good to be varied in life.
Get the crowd. You get the crowd engaged. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Karaoke is not about you impressing people, because if you were that impressive as a musician, you wouldn't be doing karaoke.
That's true.
You'd be like Samuel D. and the Weeks out there.
Oh, there you go. He's making his music, isn't he?
Yeah, traveling the nation.
That's great.
Yeah. So quit trying to impress people and just entertain them in the karaoke.
Right. All right. Let's see anything else here. The questions before we do our flash question and answer on playback. But let's see what other questions we got before we go there. Alexa was asking, you think Dallas is going to the finals? Jeb's also saying, are you thinking Celtics, Mavs in the final? I personally don't think the Mavs are going to make the finals.
No, Mavs are done.
They just don't play enough. They don't play defense.
Yeah.
They're going to have to go on just a wild stretch and hit every 3, and then maybe they can make the finals, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's not a hot take. I mean, I think the Nuggets. I'd be surprised if they don't come out of the West.
I mean, they haven't been able to do it before, but they got close before in the bubble. Yep. So who knows? Yep. Maybe they can do it this year. They got a healthy team at least.
They do. I think they'll put it together.
Derry wants to know: did you learn anything interesting from the Wolf Pack before you made your own CNC?
I guess what I learned from the Wolf Pack is kind of I could see the future of CNC, like the degeneration of a community from a hopeful, fun-filled community to anger, resentment, and pain.
Is that what happened to the Wolf Pack? I actually didn't know that, because
I learned don't zoom in when Spence posts a picture of something, because it's usually something you don't want to see.
I see, in the back of a ball bag or something like that. But
yes, a ball sack,
a sack of balls. I didn't realize that the Wolf Pack like fell down that trail of negativity. I thought Wolf Pack was very positive.
Oh, listen, when they first let me in there, they opened with apologies. Sorry, we're going to destroy you and your pain. We're going to bring you down. But no, I'm kidding. They're great. They're hilarious. But it can get dark. It can get top shot dark in there real fast.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's
Oh, so people
uh,
people are taking what I said earlier the wrong way. I was talking about when the Celtics beat the Nets, you silly guys. That's when that's Tatum's playoff moment. That's what I was
I
talking
knew
about.
what you were talking about. These people, your followers, don't know basketball. They're just a bunch of NFT people looking to flip
Exactly. They're just looking to flip. That's all they
YouTube
are.
clips, and they're not
I
here
know.
for the love of the game,
I
Tandy.
know. I know. Clearly that's true.
Sons of
Oh,
bitches.
man. What is that shit on your wall anyway?
What is that
Um
shit? Just my family. That's just everything.
just said
Everything my
the
whole
only thing
life
that
is
yeah,
about.
the only thing that matters in my life. That's what's on my wall. But
Exactly.
thank you. Uh let me see. Is there anything else before we flip over to the
Oh,
other channel? Let's see here. Here's a question. I know you're in Arkansas.
yeah.
Tell me about Arkansas. I've never been to Arkansas. Is Arkansas a good place to go?
Man, it really is. It's a beautiful state. We got it's called the natural state. So we got the mountains, we got amazing fishing and lakes and rivers. It's a rural state, so there's not it's you got room to move,
Yeah.
but you're close enough to Dallas or Memphis. It's got obviously got Walmart. You got some money here, and so there's some really nice places in the state to enjoy the amenities that come from having wealthy benefactors. Some really great museums, but it
Walmart's from Arkansas. I didn't realize that.
yeah, yeah. But there's also the things that the things I don't necessarily appreciate sometimes. Being in the Bible Belt doesn't
Oh,
always suit me, but for the most part, people are kind.
you've had some bad run-ins with people on the Bible Belt?
Oh man, you kidding me? You kidding me? They just I don't know how the message of Jesus gets turned into hate and discrimination, but somehow it does. But
Yeah, I thought it was
it's for a whole nother,
that's for
you know,
another tangential. I thought it
another
was all sitting
tangent.
together with your homies, turning water into wine, eating fish and bread. Isn't that the idea? I thought that was what
Well,
that was all about.
exactly, exactly. My homies just drink up the wine so fast. Sorry,
Yeah,
dog.
there's just not enough wine, then people start getting
Oh,
angry.
I know
All
it.
right,
And then,
all right, so guys, we're gonna go jump over and do the flash challenge. I'll call it. We're gonna do the
okay,
flash challenge with Treaticus. So I'll give you guys a second to click that link, and then I'm gonna set that up. But I'll take a
okay,
couple more questions in here while people go into that other room. So let's see. I see Dan's in there. Click that link. It's in is it in there? It should be in there. Yeah. Playback.tv/Tandy time, and we'll continue this flash challenge, flash quiz with Treaticus while he talks about turning water into wine.
yes. Do I need to
Alexa,
go do anything or just?
you just go to that room as well, and then you're gonna have to
Okay,
request to come on stage. So actually,
yeah, yeah.
let me start the room. Actually, it's supposed to start. Yeah, it's a little start early. So I'm going to click start early.